Hi, my brain hates me.
Stop.
Things that have changed since my brain went wrong and started hating me. Really, I believe that my brain started hating me years and years ago. So this is more of a things that have changed since August of 2012 when my brain started hurting all the time. The most notable thing that has changed in my life to the outside world is my appearance. I have pinker hair today. I don't know if anybody notices. A friend of mine of a couple weeks sent me a text message last night and said that her stepdaughter needed a hair model at their salon today. So I got a very, very, very expensive hair dye and trim for nothing. So my hair which was just pink here and on the sides. I had pink highlights through here, and then a pink chunk here, and a pink chunk here. Here a chunk, there a chunk, everywhere a chunk. Basically where you see this dark line was all my natural hair color back here, which is red. Now all of my hair is bubblegum pink, and then I have this sort of octopus-like, which is what I like to call it, octopus-like tentacular thing going on the back of my head. Let me see if I can get a picture to show you if it will show up on my phone, because it really is quite spectacular in the back. Here it is. See if this will show up. You can see that. Look at that. That's what the back of my hair looks like. Isn't that neat? See, it looks like tentacles. It's like an octopus on the top of my head. So I can kind of brush this forward, and it blends in with my hair. So it's super cool, and it didn't cost me anything really, and I'm excited. So yes, my appearance. I was in the corporate world for 11 years, over a decade, and you can't have cool hair in the corporate world. You can have this haircut, but not this hair color. In the corporate world, I wore a lot of purple eyeshadow, and I was known for having the funky eyeshadow and the funky hair color, and for wearing cute little skirts and things like that. And when I was doing corporate training, I always wore my 3-inch heels, and I always had cute shoes and such, but my dog wants to come up. Come on up. Come, baby. Come on, Oliver. Can you say hi? Oliver fish. No, I don't want your kisses. Your kisses are terrible. He doesn't want to play. Lay down. Nope. Not on me. So, anyway, in the corporate world, you can't have fun here. The first year of going through the process of diagnosis and medication and treatments, I was in bed and unmade up, and my hair was in a ponytail, and I didn't feel very great about myself. And then this past summer, I was at a burlesque show. The burlesque show benefited Locks of Love, and my salon that I usually go to was working with the burlesque show. And I got called up on stage because I had long red hair, and they chopped off all my hair. They put my hair on stage, they put my hair into a side pony, and they chopped it off, and it was super short over here and super long still over here. So I had this crazy hairdo, and the producer of the burlesque show came up to me after the show and said, "Hey, go to Bombshell Salon," which is my salon. Bombshell, and they will give you 50% off whatever you want. So I went to the salon to get my hair fixed from the crazy chop job, and I got a bob, which was much shorter than this, and I got a little tiny peekaboo highlight of purple up under above my ear on that side, and a little tiny one on that side, just like a lilac color, a little purple peekaboo. And then I wanted more, so I had my purple, and I would put my hair up so you could see the purple, and then I got highlights and did them pink, and that's what I've been doing. Is I have my highlights, and then I've been bleaching. I added more highlights myself, and I rebleached my roots myself and such. And then this offer, which I could not turn down, came along, and I decided that I wanted to take my naturally red hair and my hair that had been long and red for so many years and bleach all of it blonde and then dye it bubblegum pink. So that is what it is. And now I told the stylist who was doing it that she could do whatever she wanted to. So she did this starburst of hot pink and purple in the back, and I think it's fabulous. So that is one major thing that has changed about me. Another thing, not necessarily my wardrobe, but I think my styling. I've gone through different eras, different modes, different styles, different something. Right now I'm really definitely going through an elegant goth Lolita phase. I don't know why, I just am. When I do have occasion to dress up, I like to really, really wear lots of crazy makeup and do really fun things with my hair. Just because it's fun, and I like playing dress up. It's fun for me. So that's changed. I don't wear makeup every day. That is another thing that's changed. I used to wear lots of makeup every day, and now I wear makeup maybe twice a week, if that. Sometimes I'll go for weeks without wearing makeup. It really depends on what's going on and what kind of social activities we have. I also don't wash my hair every day. Part of that is because of the dye, and part of that is just because bathing every day is something that I don't do anymore. I feel like if I'm in my pajamas and I haven't gotten out of bed, I haven't gotten dirty, and I will change my pajamas and things like that, and I brush my teeth and I wash my face. But it's a chore to bathe when you're in pain and you can hardly get out of bed. So I don't bathe every day. So personal care and personal hygiene have definitely changed. The amount of time I get to spend with my family has changed. Obviously, because I'm not working a 60-hour work week. Oh, my son's home. I had to pause because my son just got home from school, and I asked him if he wanted to sit in. And he said no, because he doesn't want to be on camera, and he's hungry, and he doesn't want to eat on camera. So another thing that has changed is the amount of time I get to spend with my family. I'm home when my son gets home from school, which is awesome. For me, not so much for him, because then I ask him about things like homework and stuff, and I don't think that thrills him. I think it makes him anxious. No, it makes him anxious. It kind of does. At least he's honest about it. And it helps with things like dinner planning and stuff. Even if I can't cook the dinner, I can, make sure that dinner happens and make sure we have things for dinner and so on and so forth. And when I do cook, it's yummy, nutritious stuff. When I don't cook, my husband makes frozen pizza, so it works out for everybody.
Or make tacos. Yeah.
Or my son helps make tacos. He does a great job.
Well, I cook the meat, and then I kind of help. The only part that
I said you help make tacos.
Well, you say help, but
I'm sorry. You make the tacos.
thank you. It would be like Dad is my sidekick in this mission. Sorry.
For somebody who doesn't want to be on the video, he's very much in the video. Anyway, so my son makes tacos and does a fabulous job. More creativity. I learned to play the ukulele, so more music has been in my life. I also have more opportunity to write. I'm still in school, which is, it's difficult. it's hard to get things done. It's hard to get anything done because if I try to do anything for any length of time, it's not easy. But in my own little way, I chip away at things and I get things done eventually. You know, life is balance for everybody, but for me, it's particularly hard. Social life has changed a great deal. We have a lot more people who come over to our house, which is pretty awesome. My husband and I have made more effort to kind of get out and about and meet people, to keep ourselves sane, because we can't do things like go to the movies and afford to spend money on go on dates and dinner. It's a lot easier to make friends and then invite people over to our house. So that's something that we do on a regular basis. We have things like potlucks and parties, and you know, it's really easy for me to be a hostess at a party because I can sit there and people will wander around, and I can wander up to people and sort of check into their conversation and then wander off. Nobody thinks anything of it. I'm not really required to make small talk or a lot of eye contact because as the hostess, people think I'm busy, but really, I'm just not fond of people and kind of autistic. I like having people around, but I don't really like interacting with them so much. So it works out for being in pain because I can disappear and nobody thinks anything of it if I need to like go hide in the bathroom and sit in the dark for a few minutes or half an hour, or if I need to retreat to the bedroom and put my head down, or if I'm just overwhelmed by the social stimulus in general and I need to not engage for a little bit because of my autism stuff. So, I don't know, Kent, what do you think? I'm talking about things that have changed since my head's gone bad. I've talked about my parents. I've talked about being home a lot more. I've talked about social life.
It's still nice around here. It's just sometimes it's a bit gloomy, really.
Ah, that's true. Sometimes the house is gloomy. Sometimes we get in a funk as a family, and sometimes we're depressed and stressed out about money, and we tend to get in kind of a couple of weeks to a month-long funk, which is not a good thing. It's hard, it's hard to live with a chronic condition. It's hard to be the spouse of someone who lives with a chronic condition. It's definitely hard to be the child of someone who lives with a chronic condition because, it's one thing to have a chronic condition because you have those support systems in place, but but when you're the child of somebody with a chronic condition or you're the spouse of somebody with a chronic condition, you're part of the support system and you don't necessarily have everything or everybody going like, well, what do you need? And it's not like I'm a great support system for my husband because, I need his support and it's difficult for me to go, well, honey, how can I support you when I'm in bed with ice packs on my head and under the covers because any light hurts and things like that. And with my son, if I'm having a bad day, then my husband's having a bad day and there's this gloom, and then my son just sort of hides and retreats into his room or into homework and puts his headphones on and he's just in his own little world. So, would you agree with that?
I agree with that totally.
So, it's really, it's really hard. And I've talked about the depression cycle and, when you've got 3 people living in a space, I've talked about that with the depression blog, how that happens. So I'm going to wrap this up. If you have a chronic condition, tell me how it's changed your life, for the better or for worse. I've tried to keep this kind of positive just because I've had some negative videos lately, and I want to... Positivity, yay! And because, I've got unicorn hair today, and you can't be negative when you have unicorn hair. So, like I said, tell me about your life changes, and tell me about how things affect you, and I want to hear from you. Let me know what's going on. So I hope you're having a good day today, and if you're not having a good day today, I hope you have a better day tomorrow, and if you don't have a better day tomorrow, there's always next week, next month, or next year, and I will talk to you later. Octopus hugs. Bye.